Hey ladies, I hope you guys are having an awesome day. So I wanted to hop on here really quick and share just a little piece of my story and share what happened last night. It also got me thinking about how much I would love to hear your guys' stories. And I don't know if any of you would be willing to hop on here and do a quick 3-minute video, just a little snippet of your story in regards to your health, your nutrition, your fitness, your mindset, any area where you've seen growth or you've had struggle or you've seen progress. I would love to know more about you and your story. So if any of you are willing to do that, will you please comment below, and maybe we could put a Friday story time calendar up. And I would challenge you to be brave, because I think we can learn from telling our own stories. And I think that sometimes stories are even more motivating and encouraging than statistics and data and nutrition facts and things like that. So if any of you would do that for me, please comment below and we'll get a rotation in. And maybe you can listen to this part of my story and then decide if you want to share a little piece of yours. So anyway, I'm going to try and give you the Reader's Digest version because I love details, and I know not everybody needs to hear all the details, and I know that you don't have time to hear all the details. So basically, make a long story short, since my middle daughter has been born, we have struggled with her health from about 6 months on. And it's nothing crazy, but she's had some stomach issues and digestive issues since then. Basically, what we've come to find out is that from the ages of 6 months to about 10 or 11 months, I guess it was probably 11 months, she was exposed to some mold. And at that age, her immune system hadn't developed yet. And so she experienced mold toxicity. And so it caused and triggered sensitivity to gluten, dairy, and soy, potentially other things that we haven't found yet. So since then, we have been on this journey with her to heal her gut. And I think sometimes we can get I know for me, I can get really single track minded, and just like our medical community, right? We focus on the skin issue when really there's so much other things going on. And even from a holistic perspective, I was thinking about it in a holistic perspective, but sometimes you need another set of eyes. So needless to say, now that she's 4, it's playing out in ways where she's not sleeping through the night and she's up 3 or 4 times a night, and we're tired. So I went into our natural food store yesterday, and I was talking to one of the workers, and I was just asking her, really, quite honestly, I was asking her for some melatonin because we're desperate to get some sleep. And she was like, you shouldn't be giving melatonin to kids. Yeah, I know, but I really want to love my child and I'm really tired. Don't judge me, right? That's kind of how I felt. But we got to talking, and I shared what we're experiencing with her. And a lot of times at night, it seems like it's either scared of the dark, nightmare, a tummy ache, all very normal things. But I think when you start piecing it together, it's kind of playing out as potentially anxiety. And she's always been a physical child. She's not a verbal child. I mean, she speaks, but she expresses her feelings with physical reactions, and so she's not real good at expressing her emotional reactions or feelings, and so therefore it's a lot harder to parent that. So I would imagine that we have not done well making her feel comfortable and safe when she's hitting her sister and all the things. I know that we play into this, but long story short, the lady and I got talking, and she just reminded me that even though she's 4, there's a good chance that because of all the issues she's had with the mold toxicity, that her adrenal glands might be stressed. So this woman recommended 2 supplements to me, and will you guess what they are? She suggested a probiotic, which we have Mayana probiotic, but she suggested a specific strain. She also suggested quite a few adaptogenic herbs, ashwagandha, rhodiola, maca, things like that. And as she was talking, I was like, wait a minute, all these things are in Shakeology. Now my kids, West gets Shakeology every day because I don't want to make lunch for him because he's so picky and he eats it and it's easy. But my girls get it maybe once every couple weeks. They'll get it more this summer, but I've never been consistent with it. Quite honestly, because I was like, well, it's expensive, and if you don't finish your smoothie, I don't want you to waste it. But as this woman was talking and sharing her suggestions, I don't disagree that May's adrenals are probably stressed because of everything her body has been under. So basically, I thank this woman for her input and her thoughts, and there are so many more there, and I wish I could share them all, but I know that you're short. You don't have a ton of time and you don't want to listen to all this. But I put $60 worth of supplements back on the shelf, and I came home and I was like, I'm just going to start giving May some Shakeology every day because A, it's built into our budget. B, it has all the adaptogenic herbs that this woman was talking about. C, it's got the probiotics in it. Now, this may not be the end all be all. Like, this may not solve all our problems, but I know that I am supporting her body in a way that I haven't been supporting her body and didn't even realize it because I just didn't even think that a child's adrenals could be taxed as well. So anyway, I share that because I know not all of you choose to drink Shakeology, and I know that that's fine. Like, that's totally up to you and your prerogative. But for those of you that are, like, it's just a really good reminder of all the goodness that you are putting into your body every day and how you are supporting your system under stress. And if you do have a child who is in and under a lot of stress, it's an easy way because it tastes good and it's not just another supplement that you have to get them to take to help support their system. So I just wanted to share that because A, it reminded me of, and it got me excited again about like all the goodness that I'm putting into my body daily, which makes me excited because I want to feel really good. I love to feel good. It kind of takes me out when I don't feel good, but also just like, I was really excited because I was like, well, I've got all those things and I can help her, and know that I'm supporting her body better than I have been. So you can only do, let's see, what is the phrase? We're doing the best we can with what we have, and every day we get the chance to learn more. So I just wanted to share that. Hopefully it gets you excited about drinking your shake because it got me excited about drinking my shake, and hopefully it'll like maybe trigger some thoughts for you as far as even what you're experiencing or what someone in your family might be experiencing. One of the signs of adrenal fatigue or adrenal stress is that you wake up around 2 or 3 in the morning because your hormone levels are fluctuating on a wrong circadian rhythm. And so if you're someone who like chronically wakes up about that time, or your spouse does, it's time to get some adrenal support, which is your adaptogenic herbs in Shakeology. And one of the things about them and why it wasn't working before, because I was only giving it to them like on a one-off, is those adaptogenic herbs have to get into your body and they have to learn your body, because they're called adaptogenic herbs because if I need more cortisol, they're going to help me produce more cortisol. But if you need less, they're going to help you produce less. So they're going to adapt to your body, but it takes time. Like, it takes time for them to build up in your body and to learn your body. So anyway, that's why it's good to have that on a consistent basis. And that's why I'm going to start adding it into May's. And she won't get a full scoop. She'll get like a quarter of a scoop or half a scoop, depending on the smoothie, just because it is an adult serving size. But that's my plan, and I can keep you posted if it makes a difference, but I just know that it will be supporting her body in a way I haven't been able to support it up until this point. So that's a piece of my story, something we're navigating. We're not there yet, don't have all the answers, but that's kind of what health and nutrition is about, like trial and error and experimenting and trying to figure out what works best for your body, and if you have families, all the other bodies in your family. So that's a piece of my story. Like I said at the beginning, I would love to hear more of your stories because I know that you guys are navigating some of this stuff too. And not only can you now speak into my story, but maybe one of you has experienced this before and you can share something that worked for you guys. Or maybe you hear something in my story that you're like, oh, I'm experiencing that. Maybe I can try that. So I feel like stories are really powerful. I'd love to share more. So again, if any of you are willing to share a piece of your story, and I know Linda, you have an awesome story and I'd love to hear more of that. Paige, I love your reason for why you wanted to start working out, and I would love to hear more of that. I know Laura has a fantastic story. So I know they're in here, and I would love it if you guys would be willing to share. So please let me know if you're willing to share a piece of your story, because I want to hear it, and I know someone else does. And thanks for taking the time to listen to mine. I know we're all busy, so I really appreciate it. I hope you guys have a fantastic weekend.